think if I had a cancerous mole on this finger's gone. Done. I don't need that finger that bad, to be perfectly honest. It's not worth even a 10% chance. Maybe a 10% chance, but if it's up here, okay, maybe just cut this part off. But it's not worth my dying. What's up, you beauties? What I wanted to talk to you guys about today was how important you are, but also how you should be sure to value yourself over the parts of yourself. And what I mean by that is that I know a person who I care about who has cancer right now, yeah? And I think he has cancer somewhere on his hand. Or his foot, I'm not sure. But, he's going through a really bad time. And, he's having, chemo and all sorts of these things. And I understand definitely where he's coming from. Definitely, like, you want to save yourself, and you want to, let's say you have cancer on your hand, yeah? What is the best way that you should treat it, okay? My argument is going to be, unless it's very early, cut it off. That's my opinion. Now I understand your hand, especially, let's say a right hand. I'm right hand dominant, so I do a lot of things with my right hand. It would be a huge giant pain in the ass for me to lose my right hand, or my right foot, let's say. But when it comes down to it, if I have, a problem on my hand, what I would do probably is cut it out. That would be the first, if it's here, let's say it's here because it's easier. If it's here, I would cut it out, cut the whole thing out, and make sure you get it all. And don't worry about your hand healing, but even if they had to, just to be really sure, take the entire hand, you have the option, okay? Let's say you take chemo, yeah? And you have a 50 to 60 to 70 to 80% chance, it depends of course, but let's say you have an 80% chance of getting better with chemo, yeah? But if you just cut it off, you pretty much have 100%. Unless it already spread. And if it already spread, then you're dead with chemo doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, chemo, if it's already beyond your hand, it's very advanced, and that's not good for you. But, if it's fairly early, it of course depends on the hand and the cancer situation that you have. But my opinion would be, chemotherapy, it's extremely expensive. It's terrible for your body. It's extremely expensive, it's horrible for you for some months. I had an uncle who died from cancer. It was liver cancer, I think. But, he really had a horrible end of his life, And if I'm faced with a situation where I can even give up my right hand, which is my hand that I do everything with, I'm going for it. My hand is important, but it's not that important. You know what I mean? Like, it's not more important than me. And that's what I mean when I say you need to value yourself more than any particular part of you. Yeah? If it was in my penis, it would be tough, but cut that shit off, man. You got, testicular cancer, bye-bye. Sorry. think of it this way, like if you're a business, yeah, and you in one part of your business, is having some very serious issues where it's sucking all sorts of resources from the rest of your business. Yeah, that's happy beauties. Okay, so we were outside talking about cutting your hand off, cutting my hand off. If you have cancer, and I was talking about my battery ran out, so came home right away. Anyways, the idea is that if you're a business and one of your divisions has a resource problem or is being a little bit too selfish or greedy, because that's what, in my opinion, that's what cancer is it's almost like a rebellion of certain cells who just replicate and suck up all these resources and eventually starve the rest of the body. That's what happens, basically. And if you have a business that's like that, think about how you would solve it. Yeah? Would you solve it? What would you do? Yeah? So chemotherapy is kind of like putting your entire business under extreme stress and saying, okay, we're going to basically like fire or poison half of our body. We're going to poison everybody in our system, and those that make it, and those that don't. And we're going to target it maybe, but the whole system is going to suffer because of, this little thing here. Cutting it off is more like, okay, everybody in that system, everybody in that department is fired or is compensated, let go, and figuring out new ways to fill those roles. So how to eat or use the other hand, anything like that. Excuse me. The point is that you don't want to put the whole system, the whole business under strain because one division is not doing well. Yeah. If it's a division like a liver, okay, it's a little bit harder to take out than on a hand or on a foot, for instance. But you don't want to put your whole body, in my opinion, under too much stress because you're already in a weakened state, fighting with the cancer, and it works. Obviously it works, but what's the cost? I don't know. I think if I had a cancerous mole on this finger's gone. Done. I don't need that finger that bad, to be perfectly honest. It's not worth even a 10% chance. Maybe a 10% chance, but if it's up here, okay, maybe just cut this part off. But it's not worth my dying to miss out on, to have this finger for the rest of my life, or to have this hand, or this arm. Yeah, let's say it's up here. I would cut the whole arm off. Or maybe do a little gimp arm or something. I don't know. But you don't need an arm. You can live without an arm. Yeah, you can't live without a functioning body, which is what will happen if you're not careful with it. I hope he's okay. I do. I think he's doing good, but he's in a lot of pain and he's unhappy, obviously. Would he be more unhappy if he cut off his hand? It's impossible to say what that universe is, but I do think my route would be, depending on the situation, just cut it off. So that's why you should cut off your hand. And see you guys later, huh?